Satnam, offering a general reading, a little discussion. As always, take what feels a fit for you. Your awareness to your own experience is your best teacher over anything I could say or explain, so listen intuitively. And I pulled the cards in reverse of the order I've been doing, and starting with the Six of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles, to me, is about receptivity, that cycle, and it's different than cycle of completion as in the World card, but it's an opportunity for you to take accountability for what you're allowing in your life. And so it might be a confirmation of, yes, this is a balanced, healthy partnership. It might, and that partnership can be in business, friendship, intimate, or otherwise. So take that as you will. But what are you allowing in your life? So if you look at the cycles of give and take, and the energy exchanged, are you being drained? Are you being depleted? Do you feel your cup full and energized after an exchange with a particular human being, a situation, a workplace? Does it have you in your head? Does it have you in your body? Like, where are you going with it? And next step, the bottom deck energy to this is the Emperor. So the Emperor is like sitting in your power, and this might mean staking claim to your boundaries, setting new standards for yourself, setting new standards in the partnership, and voicing what you need, voicing energetically, or even voicing it to spirit of what you want to receive. And before I started pulling cards, I got this message and I wrote it down because I was afraid I would forget it. And they said, seeing is believing. Trust what you see. And by see, it's like sense, that inner knowing, that gut instinct. And when I think about gut instinct or intuition, it's similar to like a micro expression versus the mask. If you're talking to someone, that micro expression gives you a little bit of information quickly, and then the person is able to override it. So your gut instinct, your body gives you a response, and then the mind overrides it sometimes. So see if that helps you to discern. And this idea that it happens through you, not to you. And some of this, I hear this with like the victim mentality, but for me personally, sometimes it's like that flood of emotion, that action potential energy, it kind of floods through the body, and we have the opportunity to pause and reflect or just roll with it, which sometimes I roll with it and find myself in a mess. But just notice how your body is speaking to you. Your body gives you messages about what's happening, and how you can learn. The same thing with emotions. They're tools for your growth and for you to make decisions. And I also got, you decide what you want to allow in your life. And it's not up to like fate to make that decision. They can present the information to you, but it's up to you. You have free will to decide where you go. And then fate will help you make that change. And so the Archangel playing cards got the Two of Wands or the Two of Clubs. So I think of this card like, and it is in my deck that I'm working on, that portal in the Never-Ending Story where Atreyu has to go through the portal, but it's that pure heart that lets him pass through pain-free. He doesn't get hurt. Everything is fine because he comes through with a pure heart. And the Six of Swords is kind of, I'm feeling that energy too, that moving forward, but you decide where you go. But once you make that choice, and it's not a blind fate kind of, I'm just gonna go with it, but you take what you know and you make that decision. It's like wishing upon a star. And then once you wish upon the star with pure intention, then spirit is there to support you. The bottom deck energy is the Ten of Swords or the Ten of Spades. And to me, this is the surrender card. It is the kind of, okay, spirit has my back. I've made this choice. Let me sit back and see how I'm directed to receive information, which steps to take forward. And this doesn't mean you just sit on your laurels and do nothing, but it's kind of like letting that resistance down and fighting and trusting that you have support within you and around you. So how do you make that decision of how you decide what you want and what's best for you. And again, you have to do what's best, like whatever process works for you, take it, explore it. But I find that instead of doing something like a pros and cons list, like this is good, this is bad, consider like a sensing and embodied kind of exploration. Sometimes sitting still, I get a lot of information. Sometimes writing helps me. So I would recommend a combination of the two. But rather than pros and cons, good and bad, what are your emotions telling you? If you're sitting with a situation, a person, a partnership, if you were to close your eyes and sit with that and just let it come to you, let it come in, right? What do you notice? What does your body tell you? What are your emotions? Like what emotions are bubbling up? And allow them. They'll pass. And just breathe through it, exhale through it, and keep sifting through all those layers of the body, the emotions, and notice where the mind kicks in. And when the mind kicks in, what is it doing? Like there's a purpose to it. It's protecting you or keeping you in that box in some way. So what is it doing? What role is the thinking mind playing in your exploration of sensation, knowing, and emotion? See if that helps you. The other thing is look at facts. And this is another gift from Ty Sophia. And one of the first workshops I took is looking at, I think he used the word phenomenon versus story, and Bob Duggan. And I will never forget my first coaching workshop there. And there was someone taking the workshop and he was so relieved. Like this concept like clearly allowed him to release what he had been holding to. And in his mind, his son didn't love him, or his son was mad at him, something, excuse me, something of the sort. I can't remember his story around it, but he was in upset over actions he witnessed from his son. And rather than, excuse me, rather than actually saying like, my son's mad at me, my son doesn't like me, Bob said, that's your story. That's what you've attached. What are the facts? What happens? And so the initial spark or trigger was when his son came home, he would go right to the refrigerator, not say a word to him, shut the door, and go to his room. Well, so much got stirred up, but really the facts are, don't know what's going on with the son. Facts are, didn't say a word, refrigerator, bedroom. And so whatever gets attached to that is part of what's rising within dad. It is nothing, it's not the same of what's happening with the son. Did I come out right? It's like what you attach, what you give meaning to, because someone didn't pick up the phone. The facts are someone didn't pick up the phone, but then we attach all these meanings to it, right? And we have all these emotions and stay in that story. So it's like making that separation. That's another layer of looking at the mind, and I hope that came out right and that served. The Archangel cards that we have, and I read them intuitively. I didn't look up any extra meaning today, but timing. And it's timing. Taking the time to sit in, right? Taking the time to sit on your own throne and allow that energy of your own empowerment and choice. Setting boundaries, communicating your needs, but first and foremost within yourself. How can you communicate them to someone else if you haven't sat with them yourself? So take that time for yourself and notice what Spirit is giving you. Spirit is giving you the information. There are tidbits. There are tidbits in your emotions. There are tidbits. People are showing them their true colors to you right now. Like you're seeing true colors. You're seeing the truth, and trust what you see over what someone is telling you. Okay, don't turn a blind eye to what's happening. And I get the sense too of learning. That was number 27 and 9, if that helps you at all. That Spirit's going to help you receive, but it's also going to teach you. So it's letting go of that victim mentality, and again, taking accountability for your own actions, and allowing yourself to learn and grow. But you have to make the choice, and you have all the support around you once you make the choice on all levels, whether it's human beings here on earth, whether it's a workshop, a human, a book. There's so much here for you when you are ready to make a change. You have so much support. Trying to think anything else. see. Coming back to the Six of Cups. Is there give and take? Are you giving to yourself? Are you allowing yourself to receive from others? Are you taking too much from someone else? Are you throwing the kitchen sink? Are you taking the moment to wash your hands? Notice how you are part of a cycle. Notice how you're being receptive to what Spirit is telling you. Spirit is giving information, and it's coming, those signs and synchronicities are coming from all over. And I feel like the strongest thing that's happening right now is the mirror through partnerships, the mirror through interactions. So take note and take some time to explore your own expression in partnerships, and what is your divine truth. Do hope this served well. Take what resonates. Set now.